Hello, hello, my friend, and welcome to this little spot on the internet. And I'm so happy that you're here today. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Tuesday Brew with Ann. Get ready, because today we're talking about what is codependency and the truth about how it impacts our self-talk. This is part one of a four-part series on codependency and how it impacts our self-talk. I want to tell you about Sarah and Mark. So Sarah and Mark, they were practically joined at the hip. They did everything together. And as they became more serious, it became just a little bit trickier because Sarah noticed that she was losing herself in Mark. Sarah began to rely heavily on Mark in many ways. And he was happy to do more and more for Sarah. He had great capacity to do more and more for Sarah. It made him feel good. It made him feel like her rescuer. But it started to affect the way that she felt about herself, and that impacted the way she talked to herself. So her life became all about making Mark happy. Would he like this outfit? Would he rather a hot chicken dinner? Or would he rather, the roast beef dinner that she thought she should have cooked? And would he like her friends? And she was constantly doubting herself. And she needed Mark to reassure her that she was okay. She didn't even notice that she was making fewer and fewer decisions and Mark felt like he had to be there for Sarah all the time. Her inner voice was telling her that she wasn't good enough for Mark, that she couldn't make decisions on her own. How could she ever live without him? And it became exhausting. Well, my name is Ann Visser. I am a life coach, speaker, and trainer with For Better Forever. I'm passionate about helping Christian women to rediscover their voice, set healthy boundaries, and confidently express themselves while honoring their Christian values and beliefs. So the women that I work with, they've already put in some time, some personal work with a counselor. They feel like that part of the work is completed and that part of their journey is done, but they're still hungry for more. They want more personal growth. They want more support. They want more accountability, and they want more community and a bigger faith walk. They're done with looking back, and now they want to explore new possibilities that God has for them. If you're new here, welcome to For Better Forever's Tuesday Brew with Ann. So glad that you're here. Would you say hi in the chat and introduce yourself? And if you're back again, hit hashtag replay. I'd love to know that you're there. So today we're talking about what is codependency and how does it impact our self-talk. So codependents are reactionary. They overreact, they underreact, they rarely do act. They react to problems and pains, lives, and behaviors in others. They react to their own problems, pains, and behaviors. This is the definition by Melody Beattie. So codependence has two sides. So it has the person that overfunctions. They become the helper. They become the rescuer. Often they take on the role of caretaker, constantly offering support, constantly offering solutions to their partners or their friends' problems. They may derive a sense of self-worth from being needed, and they may have difficulty saying no and setting boundaries. The other part of this codependent relationship is the needy person. They have a need to be rescued. They're a victim. This person relies heavily on other people, both for emotional support and for a sense of their self-worth and who they are. They often have trouble making decisions and setting boundaries with other people. So they give themselves so fully to another person that they lose themselves in that person and they become enmeshed in people's lives. So this couple needs each other. They need each other to hold the familiar patterns of their codependent relationship. It feels safe to them until it doesn't. Tim Fletcher has called codependency the dance of two wounded souls. Let's talk about the signs of codependency. And notice the self-talk here as I talk about those signs. Number one is being a people pleaser. So you make other people happy, even if it means ignoring your own needs. I like to be liked. I feel a little broken when that doesn't happen. Number two sign of codependency, feeling like you're not good enough. You might think that you're not worth much and need other people's approval to feel okay. I hesitate to show up. There's a risk in looking like I'm arrogant, so I play small instead. Number three sign of codependency, you have trouble saying no. So you find it hard to set limits and you often let other people overstep your boundaries and you don't like it and you're not happy with it, but you let it happen over and over again without saying anything. You might say something like, all my happiness comes through other people's happiness. Number four sign of codependency, needing constant praise. You might say something like, I am so hungry for praise and I need to be validated. Number five sign of codependency, being scared of being left behind. You're afraid of being alone, so you cling to other people. You might say something like, I'm going to die if you leave me. Or if you leave me, can I come too? Number six sign is helping too much. So sometimes you try to rescue people from their problems. You try to rescue them from their feelings, even when it's not helping them, even when they may not want help. You may say something like, but I'm not a good Christian if I don't help them. So hear the self-talk in each one of these signs of codependency. You know, the thing is, codependency messes with the way that we talk to ourselves in our own heads. When we're caught in codependent patterns, our self-talk becomes negative and self-critical. This inner critic just gets away from us. We constantly question our own worth and our decisions, and we're always seeking approval from other people. It's like we've got this inner voice that's more focused on making other people happy than on our own needs, completely ignoring our own limits, our own energy, our limits within finances. This is to the detriment of our own mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being. So getting out of this codependent mindset, it means a personal growth journey that involves changing the way we talk to ourselves, being kinder to ourselves, showing self-compassion. That involves learning to set healthy boundaries, learning to say no, and learning to believe in and express our own opinions. That takes practice, by the way. That's a skill, and skill means it takes some practice to learn that. So I want to wrap up by saying, you know, changing the way we talk to ourselves is the key to boosting our own sense of self and who we are as we are made in God's image, worthy of respect, worthy of love, and worthy of belonging without having to work for it, and making our own choices confidently. Recognizing codependency is the first step to getting better. Talking to a therapist or a counselor or a coach to learn about yourself and those unconscious beliefs that are keeping you in codependency. It can help you break free from codependent habits and codependent mindsets. You know, having supportive friends can also help you break free from codependent habits and mindset. So don't miss next week. We're going to be talking about understanding the tug of war, navigating codependency and free will. I love this topic. It's really fascinating. I hope that you've enjoyed part one of our 4-part series on codependency and how it impacts our self-talk. So bye for now, and God bless.